one of my favorite things in life is a gold bangle. I love the idea of just being covered in gold. You know, I can't say enough about it. So gold is just the most primitive, the most warm, the most beautifying kind of thing on earth. And I'm not alone because gold bangles have been in existence forever and ever. But I thought I maybe would talk to you a little bit about how to date them and how to tell them apart. So this one is Divine. It's from the 1860s, and it has this beautiful enamel scene on it. And we can go into detail about the enamel and the sweet little black enamel tracery and these split pearls. But what I wanted to kind of focus on were some of the general manufacturing characteristics, I guess you could say. So this is a double hinged bangle. So you open it in the back, and it opens, but it actually has a hinge on this side and a hinge on this side, which is really cool. And then it has this really wide tongue. It's really flat and sleek, and well, it's not clipping shut for me right now, but anyway, you get the gist. And you can see how like spare and delicate the bangle is, but it's been in existence for 150 years, 160 years, and it's in great condition. But what I wanted you to notice was the double hinge. It's just really cool sign of a mid-Victorian bangle. This one's a little bit later, more 1870s. It has even more hinges. Why so many hinges? I think just because it makes it more comfortable, but it's also a lot more complicated to execute. So from my point of view, it's always really interesting to see it. So this one has 1, 2, and 3. And then on the tongue, there's actually a tiny little European mark. It looks to you maybe like a little dent, but it's actually a little mark that lets us know that this piece is not an American piece. It's hard to pinpoint exactly where it was made, but not France, not England, not anything readily identifiable for me. And then the wire work or the metal work in it is more 1870s. It's kind of inspired by the Etruscans or some kind of archaeological dig. It has that vibe to it. Also very spare, not super heavy, really cool. And then I'm gonna segue into the 1940s. So I love this bangle. It's very wide, it's super pretty. It has this really yummy floral on it, and it actually has French marks on the tongue. So let's see, I don't know if you can see them. Again, they'll just look like dents to you from this distance, but they're actually little eagle heads. And this one is stamped, I think, 3 times on this one tongue. And then you always look at the back to see what else might be on it. I don't see anything else, but it's the same kind of thing. You see how sleek it is, but it clips shut. And it's narrow, but this is already getting bigger, more oversized, and clearly the engraving is a key that this is not Victorian. This is a really weird, unusual, cool, kind of a big flower thing. Love it. And then this is mid-century. This is getting into more of a machine engraving. You can see it's much more substantial. It's much heavier construction. It has the pinholes for the way it was made. And then when you open it, it has a single hinge, and it's 18 karat. This one actually says 18 CT, which lets us know that it's English, because everybody else uses KT when you're talking about gold. Let's see, I'm trying to get it. It clicked for you. But you see how the engraving is super mechanical looking and repeating, whereas this is so much more looking like it was done by hand. And then this is looking like somebody spent a year of their life making it. And then this also extremely laborious. So very cool, different bangles. I want all of them.